Let's say a few things about personal pronouns in this lesson. And we're not learning any new diagramming rules in this lesson, but it's important to know about personal pronouns because often the subject or the object is a pronoun, and so being able to recognize them is very helpful. There are actually 8 types of pronouns, but the most important one for our purposes is the personal pronoun, and then we'll come back to the other ones in future lessons. What is a pronoun? Well, a pronoun stands in the place of a noun. And let's make up a sentence here to see how this works. What you see in this sentence is that my is a pronoun, and so is his. Okay, so my must refer to a person. That could be Charles, let's say, right? Always refers back to a noun, Charles. And his, we clearly see that this refers back to the dog. And in fact, the dog, Champagne, is what we call the antecedent. So antecedent, that literally means that which goes before. It's the noun that comes before the pronoun and which the pronoun refers back to. So this is a pretty clear example of how personal pronouns can be used in a sentence. As we look at the chart here, we can add a few more terms to kind of make sense of things. As you can see, there are different persons, right? So this is what we refer to as the person. That's the first term that's useful. And we have first, second, and third person. One way to think about this is in a conversation. If you are the person talking, then you are the I, you are the first person. If you're talking to somebody else, that person would be the second person. And then if you're talking about a third person, right, somebody over there, he, they, something like that, then you would be talking about them in the third person. But of course, the person doesn't only refer to talking, it refers to any kind of action. The next term that we often use is number, and this is pretty straightforward. We have singular and plural in this case. Then we have gender. Gender, that doesn't show up too much in these particular pronouns, but we can see it here, right? He, she, it, masculine, feminine, and neuter, whereas the other pronouns are not gender specific. And then finally we have case. So case refers to how the pronoun is being used in the sentence. If you say, for instance, she loves me, then me here is in the subject position, right? That is its case, and me is in the object position. And you can see that we have subject pronouns and we have object pronouns. Let's have a quick look at these last categories here, possessive pronouns and possessive adjectives. If you take something like mine, okay, you can actually use this as a subject. You could say mine is better. Mine is better. And there we have mine acting kind of like a noun in the subject position. But if we take something like my cannot be a subject by itself. Right? You could say something like my drawing, and then my is acting like an adjective. It's describing drawing. All right, so what you can see here is that these parts of speech, they can often take on other functions, and over time you're going to be more adept at recognizing how each particular word functions in the sentence. But that's it for now for personal pronouns.